would you ask if you could ask an attorney anything for free? The free is the important part too. Well, you have your chance to do just that later this week. To celebrate Law Day, Oklahoma lawyers are providing free legal advice. And joining us now to talk about this event, we have Oklahoma City Criminal Defense Attorney Al Hoke. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
You're also the co-chair for Law Day. What is Law Day, or Ask a Lawyer Free Day? What is this event?
Well, Law Day itself started out in Oklahoma in Wewoka with an attorney, Hicks Upton, who'd passed away a while back. But he wanted to have a celebration of the freedoms that we enjoy here, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, and it evolved from a local issue in Seminole County to Dwight Eisenhower declaring it a national observance in 1958.
I didn't know it started in Oklahoma. Interesting.
Right. And now we, as part of that for 41 years, the Bar Association has had an Ask a Lawyer program where people can call in for free legal advice or they can email us questions.
We have that information too, if we want to put that on the screen. The event is this Thursday. It's a 12-hour event from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Like you said, all across the state. Details here on your screen, the numbers or the email addresses or whatever you need. So if I have a legal question, I just call this 800 number and wait for an attorney like you, and you're picking up the phone and...
Yeah, we have over 300 volunteer attorneys, and throughout the day they'll be answering questions. They can also contact us at askalawyer@okbar.org, and that starts today through Thursday, and we'll answer back by email.
Okay.
And from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. we're going to have bilingual attorneys for ones who need to ask questions in Spanish.
Great. And I know immigration is one of the topics that people ask about. What are some of the other big issues or big questions that people often ask about on Free Legal Advice Day?
There's quite a few about child custody, child support, landlord-tenant issues, bankruptcy, immigration. We assume is going to be a bigger issue this year.
Because of the Trump administration?
Well, part of it, people are being deported more. There's some people who are afraid of issues.
Sure.
And a lot of people who may be illegal are just afraid of the government in general, and they're afraid to contact attorneys. And even if we can't answer their question or fully do it, we do have referral sources, that some community agencies that can take care of their problems.
Okay. We do have a lot of questions that we want to get to right now. When we told our viewers that we would be talking with you, want to get to this first viewer question. This one comes from Ruby. Social Security disability. How long before you hear yes or no? I've got Meniere's disease and I filed back in September of 2016. What would you say if she called you on Thursday? How long should she have to wait?
Unfortunately, Social Security takes about a year.
Okay.
I don't do Social Security work itself, but from the ones I know who do that, it takes close to a year to get a response after, and that's even after you see their doctor.
Okay. All right, so we have the answer there for Ruby. This next viewer question, I believe, comes from Gayla. She says, is there a cheap, easy way to change your name?
What you have to do is file a petition for a name change in whatever county you live in. You have to give notice in a legal publication. There's going to be filing costs associated with it and publication costs. Part of the reason for giving notice is so that creditors can, you can't hide from creditors by just changing your name.
Okay, got it. Is that something you do at the Social Security office? You go to apply for a name change, maybe once you've gotten married, or?
Well, if it's just as simple as that you're married, and you can go down and to Social Security and change it on that, and you'd probably want to change your driver's license. This is like if a name change, you want to change from Abby Ogle to Mary Smith.
Okay,
and
a big name change.
A big name change like that, you'd have to go and file in the courthouse in whatever county and give legal notice on that.
This next one, it comes from Tanette. She says, my fiance suffered an on-the-job head injury but didn't submit an injury report because he just thought it was kind of a bump on the head. His behavior has since changed and he was fired because they noticed he became a little bit odd. Does he have any recourse of action at this point? What would you advise her?
Well, the first thing he needs to do is give notice to the employer and their insurance company, because without proper notice, he's not going to be able to proceed. Then he'd have to file at the workers' compensation court a claim out there. So those are the first steps. But the very first thing he needs to do is let the employer know he got hurt and how he got hurt.
Isn't this great advice? This is so helpful to so many people out there. This one comes from Monica. She's curious about step-parent adoption and reasons or benefits of utilizing an attorney opposed to not using one, even if the non-custodial parent has already consented to termination. What would you say to Monica?
All right, well, first off, if the non-custodial parent has had rights terminated, some people say that somebody's consented and they're saying, well, yeah, okay, go ahead and adopt. But you actually have to terminate that parent's rights. One thing, if the step-parent adopts, they become legally responsible for that child also. And, you know, you don't want to be the foreseer of gloom and doom, but in the event that those people divorce, that step-parent then is responsible for child support.
Okay.
So there's quite a few issues that you need to check with someone who does adoption, and also I would check the child support ramifications and things like that.
So you would say definitely hire an attorney just to make sure that you have everything covered, your bases covered on that.
On that, it's one where you probably should, and also to make sure you understand that the step-parent understands what they're getting into also.
Okay, sure.
And I'm sure there's a lot of step-parents who want to adopt, but I just want people to be aware of everything they're getting into.
Further down the road, just in case. Speaking of children, Denise, I am planning on opening a child care home. I don't know which would be the smartest to do, LLC, a sole proprietor, etc.
Well, you'd probably want at least an LLC, because if you're a sole proprietor and hopefully nothing does go wrong, but if something does, the corporation issues protect your assets from any type of lawsuit, or from most lawsuits.
Okay. Great information, super helpful. And if you didn't get your question answered just now, we had a lot of people chime in. We have this event going on Thursday. Again, the information here on your screen. And Al Hoke, you're the co-committee chair on this. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. free legal advice. There's the 800 number. You said you can also email. And 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. will be the bilingual attorneys, correct?
Correct, on Thursday, but they can email starting today at askalawyer@okbar.org.
All right, great information. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us this morning. We
Thanks, I
appreciate
appreciate
it.
you having